What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Monday night. I'm doing real good myself. Shout out to my wife, Joan Thomas, for giving me this story right here. And basically, it pertains to how America treats its vets. Okay, you would think that if a person go and actually fight for their country, put their lives on the line, their health on the line, and every damn thing else, that when that person comes back, come back home, that they would be treated with the utmost respect and be well taken care of. Not in this country. You understand? And it's a damn shame because these people paying the price for others that won't go out there and do it or whatever. And I'm talking about mainly the people that's calling the shots, that's starting these fucking wars. Okay? Now, to get into this story right here, it says over 100 bites. Family of Air Force vet eaten alive by fire ants at VA facility sues government and pest control firm for wrongful death. And rightfully so, may I add. This is a damn shame. Let's get into this story right here. It says here the family of an Air Force veteran who died after being stung all over his body by venomous fire ants twice are suing the U.S. government for $20 million. Okay. Joel Marble, that's his name, 74, bitten more than 100 times after bosses failed to tackle an infestation at a care home run by the Department of Veterans Affairs, lawsuit claims. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is a big graphic, okay? Just so you know, this is the man that it happened to. Look at this. Look at that. Now, I know good and well he had to tell them what was going on or somebody. What's up with these nurses? They couldn't see that this was happening to this man. There's no excuse for it, And he died as a result of being stung like this by these fire ants. How much would it have cost for the facility to hire a pest control, just come in there and get rid of these damn ants? It couldn't have cost that much, okay? But they rather it had cost this man his life. Now to continue, the lawsuit says fire ants crawled all over his bed and across his body, biting him more than 100 times. Mr. Marble was bedridden with cancer and incapable of defending himself when a fire ant swarmed over his bed twice, just days apart, at the Eagle's Nest, a VA facility near Atlanta, Georgia in 2019. On September 2nd, fire ants invaded his room and moved unchecked across the walls and floors, up into Mr. Marble's bed and all over Mr. Marble's body, including his diaper. The lawsuit said, wow, ooh, this was horrific. This was horrific, man, I'm telling you. To continue here, he was bitten more than 100 times, but his family was not told, according to the lawsuit. Staff washed him and moved him to another room temporarily. 3 days later, after being moved back to his own room, the immobile patient was bitten dozens and dozens of times in a second swarm. This time, his family was told what happened. Pictures taken by his horrified daughter, Laquana Ross, shows red blisters covering his body as he lay in bed. Whew, gosh, man, that's horrific to just have to be laying there. I mean, and bit that many times and not being able to do anything about it. Okay, that's downright torture. Okay. Now, this talks about the fire ants, but I'm not going to get into the article, but I'm going to just read this part right here. And it says black and red fire ants, native to South America, are aggressive insects that were accidentally imported to the U.S. around 40 years ago. Okay? Yeah, I hardly doubt that they were accidentally imported. just the term imported tells you what's up there. Okay? I mean, after all, we know some of these people that go to other countries. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. It is said that the actor old school actor. Jimmy Stewart, I think that was his name. Jimmy Stewart went to, I can't remember what country, but actually stole a hand, a skeleton hand of a Sasquatch, and imported it back over here. So that tell you right there, how far these people would go to bring things from other countries. Okay. Now to continue, Mr. Marlborough, who served in the U.S. Air Force for 6 years, died 2 days later on September 7th. An autopsy ordered by Department of Veterans Affairs officials found the bites did not contribute to his death. Here we go with the bullshit. Here we go with the bullshit. Okay? That's the same thing they say about those who get the vax, if you know what I mean. You understand? They never say that that's what contributed to the death. All right? But I digress. To continue, but this is disputed by the family, who cites outside medical experts, reports the New York Times. Brewster Rawls, a lawyer representing Mr. Marlborough's 3 adult children, said fire ants bites contains poisons. And more than likely, that's what it was. The venom from these fire ants got into his bloodstream and killed him, basically. All right. So I'll actually buy this story right here. Those fire ants was responsible. I believe it. It goes on to say, he said the shock of the bites and the toxins cumulatively were just enough to push the poor man over the edge. There is no excuse for what happened to this veteran. Not only was his life and his family's time with him shortened, but the misery of his last days is beyond description. Whew. Yeah, man. Wow. Condolence to the family that actually, watched their father go through this. This is horrific. It's a shame. And on the behalf of the VA hospital there, they should be ashamed. All right. In conclusion here, a wrongful death suit filed in the federal district court in Atlanta seeks $10 million from the U.S. government and the same amount from pest control company Orkin. You always hear about Orkin. It claims Eagle's Nest bosses were aware of the infestation as early as February 2019, and several residents had been bitten by June. But failure by staff to keep rooms clean and the wrong use of chemicals to stop the ants led to foreseeable harm to residents, the suit alleges. It goes on. The ant bite attack significantly weakened Mr. Marble's resolve and caused extreme pain, suffering, discomfort, and anxiety. The second wave of fire ants that bit Mr. Marble again over his arms, legs, trunk, and groin. Damn. Whew. Poured too much for his weakened body and spirit to bear. Due to the effects of over 100 insidious fire ant bites on the already cancer-weakened body, Mr. Marble passed away prematurely on September 7, 2019. 10 days after Mr. Marble's death, the Department of Veterans Affairs announced retraining for staff in response to the tragedy. Months later, it closed the Eagle's Nest facility for good and moved residents elsewhere. You should have did that in the first place, cheap bastards. Okay. To go on here, a VA spokesman said this week the Atlanta VA healthcare system continues to mourn the loss of Joel Marble. However, we do not comment on pending litigation. Orkin, the pest control company, said it was hired only to perform limited exterior pest control services for part of the facility and was not hired to perform interior pest control services. Okay. Well, if anybody might get off, it might be Orkin. They might get off because if that company was too cheap to pay them to go in and perform interior, like within the walls, the floors, the ceilings, and stuff like that, instead of exterior. If you just shoot around the upper parts of corners and stuff like that where they could be coming out, you know what I'm saying? That's exterior. That's just gonna keep him at bay just for so long. But interiorly, if you see, this is how cheap, you see what I'm saying, that this VA hospital was, because that would have cost more money, but it would have been worth it. But they didn't care. That's just the way I look at it. Yeah, Orkin might get off. They might get off if they can show receipts, and an agreement. That's all they were told to do. Well, then they, like I said, they might get off. But the VA hospital, not so much. Y'all probably have to pay Orkins what y'all with the 10 million from Orkin to make it a full 20 million, and you deserve that. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, your views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.